Hello, welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are hitting it with a blue aggro deck. Tempo, you could also say, it does things, it counters stuff, it attacks with creatures. It's not draw, go. It's different. Counter spells is more of a protect my threats fashion than a protect my face fashion. Let's see how it goes. One of the favorite decks for people who just, I don't know, I guess they want their cake and eat it too. They want to say your opponent gets nothing, but I want my games to end in the first 5 minutes. All right, let's do it. This is fine, I think. I'm honestly not sure. This it's a pretty odd hand, and our opponent's on the play means they get to go straight to a forest, but without Llanowar Elves, that's not that scary. We'll go straight to Siren Stormtamer. Sacrifice it, counter target spell or ability, targets you or creature you control. We don't really want to be against a green creature deck, like, at all. And definitely not one with Thorn Lieutenant, as it pops out little 1/1s every time that we do our thing. Every time we target it with anything, it makes a little 1/1. Elves. We have this Wizard's Retort available because we control a wizard. Whether or not to use it in a spot like this. What does this make, even? It does make an Elf Warrior. Okay. Yeah, this is really rough. I feel like I already have to counter things, and that's not good, because we're taking more damage than our opponent, so the tempo is already not on our side, and doing anything about it kind of sets us back. So our opponent with a perfect foil right out of the gate here. What is holding up time over here? Maybe our opponent's running. Oh, did we get bugged? We're bugged. This has been happening so much lately. I think you saw it on a recent video. Now, is this May? No, it's not May. Oh my gosh. So it says that the creatures lose all abilities, but the fact of the matter is that they make the 1/1 elf happens before that when the targeting goes on the stack. So this is rough. Not only that, I don't know if these spell pierces or negates are going to do anything. I don't just want to play my trickster. Well, God, this is weird. If I play my Trickster and tap this and they make a 1/1, do I care? I mean, I guess it gives me a target for my Unsummon, but then it's 3 versus 3 instead of 1 versus 2. So right now I'm on half. Yeah, I've got to do it. Right now I'm on half clock, and at least this way it's even-ish. All right. I like dragging and playing my cards. When you get glitched and you can't drag and play your cards anymore, it's very frustrating. All right, I'm gonna try not to use something like an Unsummon on this elf. My opponent's like kind of mana hosed. Oh, they're going for a Titanic Growth, are they? Well, that's at least something I can target. I could also bury this, and then they have a 1/1. Oof. Yeah, I think that's better, even though they get another 1/1 out of the deal. But now we're ahead in the clock. Now the clock's in our favor, and our opponent has to draw the Thorn Lieutenant again, and if they do that, they are not drawing a land. Well, Tempest Djinn is exactly what we needed to see. Exactly what we needed to see. Just something that really swings the clock in our favor. Here's an Elf Clan Caller. Yep. But no attacks this turn. I could use an Unsummon to mess with one of these creatures, but I think saving it for a better opportunity is a wise choice. Curious Obsession. This is one of the key cards in the deck. +1/+1 whenever it deals damage, you may draw a card. Opponent's going to scoop them. I wonder, because there's no way for me to know, we don't have a friends list or anything like that. I just wonder if I am under the glitch, if I'm under that bug where I cannot play the cards out of my hand, is my opponent in the same boat? Are we both stuck that way? I don't really know. So, the list: 4 Curious Obsession, 4 Siren Stormtamer, 4 Slither Blade, 1 mana, 1/2 can't be blocked, baller. A Spell Pierce and Unsummon, 2 Baral, the Chief of Compliance, which is actually really good in this deck. Lets you cast your Essence Scatters, for example, for 1 mana. 2 Negates, 3 of the Essence Scatters, 4 Merfolk Trickster, another key card. It just swings, races around, and messes with the opponent. 2 Exclusion Mage, up in the wizard count, bouncing things. 3 Tempest Djinns, 4 the Wizard's Retort for straight up counterspell if you have a wizard on the battlefield. 2 Aethersphere Harvester, a commit, a Dreamcaller Siren. The only other pirates in the deck are these Siren Stormtamers, so you're trying to pull quite the combo with the Dreamcaller Siren. But I remember this from the Ixalan-only days of Magic Arena, very, very, very early in the closed beta, and it was a house then, and it hasn't received love since because the pirate power level is too low. But man, does this and Siren Stormtamer like to get together. In a world where there were less Chain Whirlers, this card could be a player. So if the Chain Whirler count goes down in rotation, which many people are saying it will because mono red isn't that good anymore, I'm not arguing that point. I'm saying if it happens, then you can bring back a card like Warkite Marauder and maybe Stormfleet Aerialist and some other good pirates, and all of a sudden Dreamcaller Siren's like a tempo machine with a really good card to fit in the middle. This Tempest Djinn in the 3-drop splat in the 3 spot into a Dreamcaller Siren is going to be hard to beat. But for today, this is the deck we have. Talking a little rotation never makes me sad, however. Hope you enjoy a little derailment, digression. Our opponent's going to go first, but we have all the Slither Blades. How could this be wrong? This is actually a pretty weak hand, but I have to keep it for the memes. Like, there's no way there's just no way. I had to do it. We probably can't win. Let's be real. We probably can't win. But we could have so much Slither Blading. Oh no. Being on the draw against like black aggro against like zombies here is so bad too. I don't care. I don't care. This is too ridiculous. Take this. Can't block anyway. How you like them apples? So what is this deck's place in the metagame? This deck hates on control. It hates on control and it hates on mid-range. Green aggro, black aggro, red aggro, gross. Just a beating. A true beating. And in Arena, the aggro to control ratio is well over 80-20. Like anything you could even call control is somewhere in like the 15% range at the most is what I've seen since Arena went to open beta. So it's just there's just no way you should be playing this deck all the time in Arena. But that's why it's second tier. It has only a few good matchups. And let's end that turn. This is at least going to be a chance for Merfolk Trickster to show off what it can do. When it taps something down, it loses abilities. That sucks though, because our opponent had yet another Lord of the Accursed. So let's tap this one. You lose your abilities, shrinks these back down, but they still get to attack. Yep. And I guess I'll do the block over here. There's something... Zombies is a totally fair deck. I'm not saying it's broken, but there is something annoying about a deck that just plays like that many... It just seems... This is so appropriate, however. It seems so brainless to play, here's a zombie, here's Lord. And, yeah, well, there you have it. I guess I have to block with these. There's no way I'm winning the race. So, we'll just play all these high toughness things. Pass turn. Unfortunately, even if the Spell Pierce hits something, my loot doesn't matter. So yeah, we're in a bed. Life is bad. Life is bad. Touching all the cards. Gotta make sure you touch everything. Wouldn't want to not touch something appropriately. And floated a mana for some reason. We could disrupt our opponent's mana with the Spell Pierce, but sounds wasteful as we might still hit something since the opponent used that mana. Are they just going to burn that mana? I'm feeling like they have something else, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's all an elaborate bluff. Don't bluff me. I'm hanging by a thread as it is. And they're roping it. They're gonna rope it too. Gotta get the rope. Just gotta do it. What a day. What a day. All right, we'll be chill. We'll just wait. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going down to 3, facing lethal threats. And that'll do it for me on this one. Let's go get a new game. We knew. Okay. Slither Blade. We know it's not the most powerful card in the deck. And in case you needed it proven, we proved it. I think that the only hope you have in a matchup like that with zombies would be... I don't even know what you'd have to be able to do. I was going to say get a Tempest Djinn and protect it, but then, like, if they give up their zombies Death Touch with Death Baron... Now, this is awkward. We're on the play, which is great. We have Curious Obsession, which is great. We have no creatures to put it on. But I'm going to keep and try to find it. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan this hand. Like, if this is against control, this is a horrible start. Deck is just turning on me. Maybe I'm supposed to play better. Hey! Now, this is a trick. I've seen so many people do this. They Curious Obsession, like, right now. If you do that, Curious Obsession says, at the beginning of your end step, if you didn't attack, you sacrifice it. So if I played Curious Obsession right now, it would just get sacrificed on end step. Not cool. Not sexy. Not what the people came to see. The Bodyguard. All right. We're going to be white all of the 2/1s. Another very direct build. No blocks. It's fine. All the Savannah Lions. Savannah Lions is a very old card. So yeah, it's going to be another one where we just lose. Is there a way that we don't just lose? I guess I load up with Curious Obsessions and try to draw all the right cards in all the right places. But if our opponent goes land Benalish Marshal or land History of Benalia, it's just going to be more power than we can really deal with. But this is what our deck is built to do. Let's do it. Okay, well, at least we drew a 1-drop to play. And then this Harvester might end up being, like, the thing. If our opponent isn't on the God draw. If they go land Benelish Marshal, it's a joke. It's all a joke. Okay, well, that's not great. Could be worse, though. So, whether or not to block with this. It would be really nice to have something to crew the Harvester next turn. And I do think Harvester is like my hope, but if we go to 12 here, and our opponent plays another creature, yeah, I can wait. I can go for a Harvester. We're really close to the Pride of the Conquerors already. Ugh, so gross. Alright, Rustwing Falcon, why not? All the 1-drops, baby. You get in there. Have to keep attacking, or else Securus Obsessions fall off. We want to draw a land for... A land would be very nice. Okay, and now what? An Unsummon? A Slither Blade, sure. Alright. Well, if the last card's Pride, what can you do? If the last card is land, sacrifice Shafet Dunes. It's gonna be tough. But we've seen our this deck have trouble with, well, the green creature deck got mana screwed. We won, but it was rough just facing a Thorn Lieutenant. Then we saw the black deck just run it over, and now you get to see the white deck running it over. Life is hard. It's hard out here for a blue deck. All I want is for those no-good Esper and blue-white control mages to come out here and get stomped. No attacks? Did we really hold them up? Feels like it. Okay. That's a problem. That's not good.
No friend of mine fights alone.
Oh, nobody here is alone, homie. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that.
Strength is born of struggle.
They're not a lonely crew. I feel like I have to ignore this. I feel like the game must be ended. Right now, it's how many turns? Too many. Whew. Okay. So probably our best turn is an Exclusion Mage and a Merfolk Trickster, just to set them back. They didn't have the attack last turn, so let's keep the Blade getting in there. A tough thing for me is trying to decide whether or not to send this other Blade. And if the opponent didn't attack last turn... Alright. I'm gonna send the Blades. We gotta end this thing in a hurry. In the long term, we can't be that well off. Our opponent's just counting down till they can draw, like, Pride of the Whatnots. Or a land for their dunes. These lands are actually really important. They let us do more things. To keep hitting the land drop in this spot, pretty clutch. All right, let's... If these get in for 4 next turn, and then 5 the next turn, I can play the Slither Blade next turn, and we can be just about there. So, launch the Exclusion Mage. If our opponent was at 10, we'd want to play the Slither Blade this turn. And you can... I guess we want to send back the creatures that are more expensive. Take up more of our opponent's mana, and then we can end the turn. We have a counter available, we have a Trickster available. Playing the Trickster is better, especially if the opponent cracks the dunes. But you never know what'll happen. The opponent might require a counter. Here comes the pumps.
Be strong.
Oh, they strong. Don't you worry about that. But we still have the Harvester for this turn. So let's see if the opponent's feeling bold. No. Alright, you can cast something? The Vanguard. Yep, we'll just use our counter then here. And a Vanguard, sure. What can you do? Alright. So this turn we want to make sure that we get to play our Slither Blade. What else? Getting the Tempest Djinn down's great. That's 4 mana. Leaves up a Trickster. Alright. We're closing in. Narrowing it down. The unwinnable. The game that felt oh so out of reach, yet you battle on and you do your best. You may have noticed a trend in my videos. I get very pessimistic about matchups and situations. But I don't feel I give up too soon. And as long as you're not giving up, as long as you don't get too disheartened and you stay in the fight, you never know what'll happen. You can at least make a good show of it. Nothing's more disappointing, though, than those games where you do your very, very best and still come up short. But man, those wins that you don't expect, those feel great. We've got a lot of bodies. If we crew the Harvester, we want to do it off the Slither Blade. We don't want to block with this. This is our lethal strike force, right here. Our opponent's going to go to 7, and a -7 on a Johnny creates lifelinkers. Oh, guess that's over. Now, our opponent did have an attack they could have made with the 1/1 lifelinker that could have gotten them potentially another turn, but instead, they decided to scoop them up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and the look at the blue tempo deck. I promise you it performs even better against control. That is where you really are happy to play this. And you saw some pretty interesting, well, that white, the first game, the second game, and then the last game, we got to fight this kind of the nice medium, the white aggro deck. We got to deal with a go-wide strategy. We stuck to the game plan. We Curious Obsessioned up our Slither Blade. That's what you want to be doing. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Good night.